Welcome to This Week in Gaming. I'm the Fury for VGMU, and with me today is Jet
What is up?
and Maverick X88.
It's cracking. Oh, it's hard to say. I'm gonna change my name.
But we are here to talk about the gaming news in the week, starting off with Disney axing LucasArts.
No, to quote Darth Vader. Yeah. So I almost want to say you could see the writing on the wall. You know when Disney bought the whole Lucas franchise and everything, all that, you kind of knew that they were going to trim the fat in some places. Who would have thought that it was actually going to be an entire department like LucasArts? But what have they done lately for us? Probably nothing. So might have been some writing on the walls there. But so yeah, Disney owns them. They're axing them. Kind of want to reappropriate those resources in other departments. They didn't kind of like losing money on LucasArts. So that means that the highly anticipated games of late, which was Star Wars 1313, the bounty hunter-esque game where you're set in a prison, and the upcoming Battlefront-esque game, Star Wars First Assault, have both been postponed indefinitely, but not to worry, there is some hope as Disney is looking at third-party developers to pick up the slack and possibly pick up those titles for future use.
I hope so. I don't want to be playing Epic Mickey 2, 3, 4, 5 for the rest of my fucking life.
Well, we gotta start off by saying, so George Lucas obviously had just run his course, and he was like, I can't do Star Wars anymore. I messed certain things up, whatever, I'll sell the company. But there's so much history with LucasArts specifically. They started genres. They pushed the envelope. I grew up with these guys, and now it's just gone. It kind of feels like a hole in your body's missing. You're missing something.
Yeah, that's not to say that there won't be any more Star Wars games. That's not going to be the case. Obviously, licensing is held by Disney, so they can decide, hey, we want to hand this out anywhere we want. So it's not to say that Star Wars is gone forever from the gaming world. That's not going to be what's going to happen. So we don't have to worry about that. But there is no more LucasArts heading these up. For better or for worse, I don't think LucasArts has done anything great for us recently. But again, like you said, we grew up with them. So many good games that actually came from LucasArts itself. What are we gonna do without them? It could be an okay thing. I don't know. Disney has a knack for making money, so maybe with their guidance, they'll do something good.
Right, yeah, they'll figure out a way.
I just feel though that they're gonna license out to the wrong people, a la, I don't know, Zelda for that matter, for the games for the 3DO. When you start thinking you know what's going on and you just start licensing out to the wrong people, you get crap. And let's just hope they know what they're doing and that we don't, in fact, get a bunch of crap.
Yeah, Zelda for that 3DO. That shit was good.
Got 3 copies myself. Moving on, headline number 2, DayZ Alpha with a release in after June, maybe?
No way.
Sometime after June? That's vague as hell. Jeez.
It was supposed to be last year, December
After
2012.
June
What
last
happened to
year.
that? No.
I feel like at this point they're kind of holding on to the philosophy of a Blizzard, where it's done when it's done. I wish they would just say that instead of giving false hope. The screenshots I've seen for the DayZ Alpha, while look nice, aren't really enticing me. It does not make me feel like yay. At this point, I've stopped playing DayZ altogether, not because it's a bad game, but because the novelty's worn off a little bit. I don't have that time to get on with the buddies and play. But DayZ, to me, is not shaping up very nicely.
Well, I read an interesting article, and the title kind of says it all. DayZ's running on borrowed time right now. And it's true because you're right, the novelty is wearing off a bit, where we're going like, yeah, like we're really psyched for the standalone, but it's taking so damn long. And unfortunately, DayZ doesn't have the pull that a Blizzard does. They can't just say it's done when it's done because
Yeah, they have no clout.
yeah, it's not that much of a franchise yet, or it's not that much of an established developer yet that they can just be like, hold your horses, people. No, it's right now. They're on borrowed time and they're running out of it very quickly. So I think that this is more of a hold on, people, don't like abandon us just yet. Here's a tentative release date, kind of. So I think they're just trying to keep people interested, hence why they're doing the developers blog and stuff like that, to give people some candy to chew on until they can get the real stuff out. So
Yeah, he's Rocket Hall. He's admitted that he's messed up, dealing with the community and saying, yeah, we were supposed to be out in 2012, but that didn't happen. And they said it was supposed to be out in April, that didn't happen. So now it's gonna be June afterwards. It's very vague, but just be honest with everybody. If it's not ready, it's not ready. Just say like when legit you're gonna have it out. That's all people want. I'm done playing the mod as of now. I'm just waiting for the standalone to hit. Is it that much different than the mod? No, it's just we'll find tweaks. But I miss playing DayZ. I miss it.
Right. Yeah. The
Well, the
tweaks are
thing-
what's going to make it, for sure.
The borrowed time analogy is perfect because seriously, they were at their peak. Everyone was playing it. People were buying it. VGMU itself has our own server, but when was the last time the three of us logged on to it? Essentially, what's going on right now is, yeah, they're very much on borrowed time. If they don't watch out, they're going to release this game to a little fanfare and it's going to fall off, and they're going to have wasted a lot of time. So at this point, getting the videos out there, getting as much content as they can, and just cranking this actual game out is got to be priority. Otherwise, they're going to fail completely.
Yeah, well, just as long as they don't release it too soon and it ends up being like the War Z. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people will still pick it up if it takes, however long it takes, whatever that amount of time. Because, I mean, case in point, Duke Nukem Forever. People still bought it just because it was like, well, we've waited for this game for 12 years, let's do it. But so I'm obviously the game was garbage. Let's hope DayZ isn't that way. So even if it does come out, a year from now or whatever the timetable is, hopefully the fact that the game will be great will overwrite the fact that we had to wait for it for so long. So we'll see. Only time will tell. I mean, I'm gonna try to get in the alpha if that's possible. So maybe they'll do a Steam thing like they did with the Arma 3, where we could buy it and then play it type of deal. Maybe, hopefully, I'll buy into that.
While talking about DayZ, they were discussing the possibilities of bringing the new standalone to the consoles, Sony's PlayStation specifically.
It's like, why not? It doesn't hurt anybody. Sony's interested. The quote was, and they are, obviously interested. So I guess Sony kind of wants to push it. I mean, why not? It's kind of a grassroots IP that's coming up big. Again, borrowed time thing. Hopefully, with a good partnership with Sony or something, they can kind of get maybe the little oomph they need to get started. I don't know, but I don't see why not. If they can finish the PC and not take any time away from that, and then kind of do a decent console port over the PS3, then I don't know. I guess it doesn't really hurt anything. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, the same vibe. It'll be just like how Minecraft is for the 360. Just simple, boom, there you go. Enjoy. Just why phase yourself out of a whole another market? It's all about making money.
Yep.
Yeah, who could be against that? When they do it the right way, obviously they want to make money. They're hitting the other market, but they're not affecting their bread and butter, which was the PC market. So many manufacturers right now, so many developers just kind of forget all about that and go, oh, we're going to go straight for console and we're going to cater to the consoles, then we're going to do a PC port. The other way around, I think it works a lot better.
Well, especially when, the game was originally designed for the PC. And like I said, if they need, and he says, this will only happen if they don't fuck up the PC release. And, that needs to come first, is the PC needs to get its full attention. Then, the port is an afterthought, which is exactly what it should be. Like, okay, did it work? Yes, okay, we'll do it big on the consoles. If not, then, whatever.
All I care about is the fucking hackers. That's all I want.
Damn hackers.
Peace. Fuck it.
All right, moving into our third headline of the day, Ground Zero is the prologue to Metal Gear.
Yeah, so there were two trailers. Everyone was all hyped for them. There was Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes. So now, effectively, they're both part of MGS5. And like you said, Ground Zero is going to be the prologue, just like the tanker portion of MGS2. So everyone's excited. Who cannot be for MGS? Also, another piece of MGS news. David Hayter was not asked to come back to voice Snake. Which is
what?
Yes, unfortunate.
Yeah. How long has he done Snake? Well, I know he's done Snake, but how long ago?
Since
how long
Solid
was
Snake.
that?
Yeah,
how
since
long?
MGS1.
How long is
that was 98.
Right. So I mean, he's Snake basically.
Yeah,
that's,
it's synonymous. Yes,
that's like
that voice.
This should be job security. Like, there should be no outsourcing
Nope.
Metal Gear. Like, honestly, I said this a long time ago. Like, Hideo Kojima, I will sign up for the next 12 games because I am that loyal to him. If this is his decision, there must be a good reason for it.
He was quoted in saying they're wanting to take Metal Gear in a different direction and a fresh perspective, and they wanted to change the voice for that reason because it's going to be a new, fresh kind of deal, even though it's a numbered sequel. They still want to go with someone else. I don't think it's been announced who it is, but it's not. Yeah.
From my understanding, I guess Hader started to feel like he was too attached to Snake, where he can tell Kojima input on how Snake should go. So he wanted more creative control over Kojima's character. Now, if that was the reason with how Kojima is with that whole Metal Gear universe, then I can see it.
I mean, but
don't tell this man what to do. And
at the end of the day, it's like Kojima has the last word. So I don't know if that would be enough of a reason for him to. Maybe there was some bad blood that wasn't said, because I know he said that he was sad to see that he didn't get signed back on, and then that he couldn't see anyone else playing Snake, and it would hurt him in that sense. Kind of cringe, like someone else is voicing Snake, like. So I mean, that's kind of like arrogant a little bit in that sense, but he has a point. Like, it's like you can't change the English version of Goku's voice from Dragon Ball Z, because I wouldn't watch it. I think they did at some point.
Dragon Ball Z Kai. Yeah, all the voice actors were different, and I didn't
like, no, hell no, can't watch it. Nope.
Gotta go back to the original.
I do have a question for. Okay, so right now, Metro and myself, the Fury here, are probably two of the biggest MGS fans. We would probably do anything to be an alpha. We would do just about anything to have any part of Metal Gear. I've loved every second. Does this decision to not use David Hayter, does this stop you from purchasing the game? Does this scare you? And I'll start with you, Metro. How do you feel?
I'm just gonna change the audio dialogue to Japanese with English subtitles.
Done. There you go. Download that mod to change it back to his voice.
For me, I'm gonna give it a shot, and it's like if I'm 30 minutes into this game and I just can't deal with it, I'll probably do the same thing you're gonna do. But I doubt that's gonna be that big of an issue.
Right, and well, you see, the question comes down to, since they're taking it in quote unquote a new direction or a different direction, whatever, what does that exactly entail? Is it going to be a drastic change where it's just like, oh, the voice is just the beginning, we're changing the gameplay, we're changing, or like what exactly does that mean? What does he mean by, we're taking a different direction or a new direction? I think that's going to be as we get closer to the release and more stuff gets unveiled, what that exactly means. That might influence your decision.
I don't know. It's Kojima. It's Metal Gear. It's gonna be convoluted as fuck. Oh my god! I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
That's why we love it. That's why we love it. The thing is, like, I remember, I'll go back to Metal Gear Solid when I saw that Snake was back, and I saw it on the PlayStation. Where I could shit myself. It was just beautiful. Whole story in that. Second game, awesome. Even though they fucked me over, and I was not expecting them to change the character, I still loved it. Third one, beautiful, going back to the past, and then bringing back Metal Gear Solid 4 and bringing it all up. It's just, I am a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid, and I just loved every second of it. So to hear, I will sign up for the next 12 games. You could literally just say, this is a shitty game, signed Hideo Kojima, and I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, I played Revengeance. That has nothing to do with Kojima. It's just the MGS universe, and it was fun. It was very generic, but yeah, my love for MGS knows no bounds.
Yeah.
That Dynasty Warriors clone.
Yeah.
And I've logged like probably 40 to 50 hours in VR missions for the PlayStation 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I bought the Zone of the Enders just for the tanker demo.
I remember I was standing, this is a fun story, I was standing in a GameStop looking at that game and just going, can I really commit to this? I really want to play that fucking demo. Can I really commit to buying this game? And I never even opened the game for like 2 weeks. And I just played the demo over and over again.
Over and over, yes.
I remember sitting in the ship, in the bar, just shooting everything.
Yeah, I remember because
it was just
going into the cooler and just shooting up the produce.
Everything. You could shoot everything. The glass, the bottle, the watermelon, or going into the locker room, opening the lockers, hiding.
Yeah, hiding inside. Yeah, it's like
Just
Snake.
all those
Yeah, you
moments.
can make Snake beat off to one of the posters. Yeah,
Those
Oh
were the
my
days.
god.
I have to say that is probably the only demo I have probably put triple digits into. As ridiculous as
yeah,
that may seem. All right,
it's great.
fanboy mode off. In other news, more details on the next Xbox.
So, for those of you who are worried about the future of DRM and consoles, start crying now. We already mentioned, I think it was the week before last, that the Xbox was going to kind of be an always online type of daily player games. That's more or less confirmed at this point. In fact, people who have the early versions of the Durango, codename Durango console for the next Xbox, they're saying that if the connection is interrupted after a period of time, which is as of right now 3 minutes, the game or whatever you're doing will be suspended. So your console basically becomes a brick, and the network troubleshooter gets started. The stupid that never fixes anything, standard Microsoft troubleshooter that I'm sure will be on the same thing,
Yeah,
where all it does is turn off your network adapter and turn it back on, and it goes, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Can't do anything now. I tried my best. Deal with it. So it's gonna be garbage basically if you ever get interrupted because the network troubleshooters are not going to do anything. They're probably going to tell you something else is wrong, and you're going to be your game's going to be hung. I don't know what even happens after the first 3 minutes. Does that mean like it just turns your console off after the 3 minutes, or what?
I'm hoping that this is just all early talk, and that there's no way that this makes it into the final. I'm hoping.
Yeah, well, just to say, this is just because this is such an early version, like an alpha, that they're holding on to it so tight and protecting any information you be sending out or whatever. That this is just another safety step, so that you're not like offline down and then streaming things or recording everything to get out of NDA or something simple like that. That I can't imagine them actually coming to launch with this at the very basic part. It's so ugly, and it's a Microsoft like setup window. There's no way it would come out like that. I
Oh,
can't believe it
no.
would.
Here's the thing. I can totally see this happening because it reminds me of the not the ignorance, the arrogance of Sony and the PlayStation 3. Reminds me of that. Microsoft think they have it all figured out, so they're gonna do something like this. Now, whether it will turn out to be garbage or not, I don't know. Again, that's an early stage. I do wholeheartedly believe that the Xbox will have a always online component.
Something.
Whether that will completely lock you down, I don't know. And like what's this suggesting? But it will have an always online component to it. It just will. That's already been more or less confirmed. To what extent that is, it's up in the air right now. What could actually make it to the final product, we don't know. But this whole thing doesn't surprise me. And if Windows is any indication, and some of the stupid shit they do with Windows, none of this would surprise me if it all makes it to launch. But I mean, I'm not buying an Xbox regardless, so I don't really care.
If they do this straight up, it will be the end. It'll push Sony back in the number one spot, and Xbox will fall to the number two. If you're gonna make a system where it is bricked if it goes offline, because everyone has Comcast, Time Warner, all of this. How many times have you had no internet when you came home from work? And it's not your fault. You paid the 150 flipping dollars every month for the privilege to get disconnected once a month. Like, really?
Yeah, once a month.
if
What are you talking? Like, Mav knows this. I disconnect on a nightly basis.
I just reconnected, guys. What happened?
Yeah, the second I disconnect, I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna go to bed. Peace.
This is
Yeah.
not Japan. This is not to the point where we have all this great connection delivered nationwide. United States does not have a great average. It's still barely broadband in an average. So for them to push out something where their number one customer is the United States, it's stupid. This will only hurt them.
I'm trying to find the upsides to having an always-on connection. Besides social networking, I can't really think of
No,
one.
this goes back to them policing, things like used games and policing this.
DRM,
It,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ubisoft got away with like the worst DRM ever. People still buy Ubisoft. And for those of you who don't know, they've had this, you have to be online all times to play a Ubisoft game for a very long time now. And it is garbage.
Well, you said that people still buy it anyway, and I think that's what Microsoft's arrogance comes in. I think that's what they think, that it doesn't matter what we do, we're doing it right, and if people don't get on board, they will anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the Sony arrogance. Like, we're Sony. The PlayStation 2 was the biggest thing ever. You guys love us. We can't do any wrong.
$600.
Yeah, let's release a console that's way out of your price range, lol. So I think same syndrome. We'll see though. Again, it's really early, but nothing has surprised me anymore with Microsoft. So
Well, this brings up nothing is too big to fail in the video game industry. Speaking of that, Square Enix president steps down after a huge loss in revenue.
Yeah, it's not surprising. All the game companies are losing money. Games are just not hitting targets. Although, I don't know, the targets that they set for each game is kind of ridiculous. But Tomb Raider sold 3.4 million, Hitman sold 3.6, Sleeping Dogs 1.75. Now, granted, those don't count digital sales, which there were a shit ton of people. But Square, if you want to make money, here's how you do it. Final Fantasy VII HD remake.
oh,
Boom!
Speak.
I know.
All your problems. My God.
I don't understand why they haven't done that. They re-released Final Fantasy VII for the PC, which I bought, but it's the exact same. It's not, nothing got changed, and it's kind of hard to play. But honestly, that they have a license to print money. If they managed to make a deal with Steam, right, where all they did was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. For the next 2 months, we're gonna work on an HD remake of this, right? Maybe 2 or 3 months. Then we release it on Steam, make billions. Like that is all they'd have to do.
Well, hey, 10 and 10 too. We're gonna HD remix. It's nothing I'm saying. It's no 7. But I'm just saying,
Like you said, it's no 7.
it's no 7. But hey, they're working their way backwards. I guess I don't.
This
From the top?
generation,
I don't know.
Okay, I got you.
this generation, Final Fantasy VII is one of the greatest games they played. That's the game that I grew up with in summers, just playing it with a Sony PlayStation, repeatedly beating that game, playing all the discs over and over again. I've probably bought Final Fantasy VII at least 20 times in my lifetime. So I just don't understand why they will not make that. Final Fantasy VIII would be an also great game for them to re-release too.
Maybe they're just holding on to it. Like maybe it's their
Yeah.
ace in the hole type of deal. Where it's
Well,
like,
the
okay,
problem is,
we're about
like,
to go
I'd
under.
see it as THQ, where they wanted Saints Row 4 to hit, but they let it go for so long that now it's going to be later on, and they're not going to be able to reap the benefits. So what if it becomes a point where Square Enix goes under, and they're finally working on a Final Fantasy VII remake, and then not enough time. Whoops.
I don't know if because Square Enix isn't just games. That's the thing, right? Don't they branch off into other stuff? I don't know if you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
amazing
Like,
movies. Oh wait, no.
Damn. Well, no. If they're saying that 3.4 million for Tomb Raider and 3.6 for Hitman wasn't that great. But if it sold, that much and it's a failure, like what do they want? What are they looking for? 5 million, 6 million to
I don't
No,
know.
everyone-
shit.
They're all looking for the Call of Duty number.
There's
And-
no one can chase that.
No,
Nobody.
the thing about Call of Duty is it's now such a staple that they don't need to even really try. They just produce pretty much the same game with weapons every single time, and they have a license to print money. Again, Square Enix, if you're listening, which you probably not, just seriously write that check. Just go and make that game. No more than 6 months to make that remake. All you'd have to do is update the graphics, make it look nice and shiny, maybe PS2, maybe early PS3 graphics, and you've got yourself a winner. Or if you really want to make money, put it on the phone on Android. Like they put a lot of the other Final Fantasies on Android. Why can't they just port Final Fantasy VII onto the Android?
Those are bad. Those are terrible.
Are they really? I've not played.
Yeah. I tried one on the iPad. It's no. That's where they're just trying to make money from Final Fantasy nostalgia. Yeah, there's good ways and there's bad ways to do it. Their iOS stuff is the bad way.
All right, but come on, Square, get your shit together. We love you. We grew up with you.
Yeah, I think they're less concentrated on the Western market. I don't know. It just seems to me.
Yeah, I can see that. They've got a million RPGs that start with an X, and I can't even pronounce half of them. Well, guys, that kind of brings us down to the last part of our show. What the hell are we playing? I'm going to start off with you, Mav. What have you been playing?
There's a couple staples as usual. Planetside, FTL. There will be Let's Plays on FTL, so check that out. Playing more Grand Theft Auto Carmageddon with everybody. Again, there will be lots of moments from that because it's stupid fun. And then tomorrow, which is the 5th, the Age of Empires HD is released for the people who pre-ordered. So catch the first 30 on that, and I'll be loving that just because Age of Empires is one of my personal favorites ever.
Yeah, for me, Bioshock Infinite, I beat that the week it came out. All I want to do is just talk about the ending with everyone that's ever beaten it. And that list is small. There's only, I don't know, 3-4 people that I know, but it's growing by the day. So, my God, all you out there, play it, beat it. Shit, it's fucking amazing. Bishop Runner 2, and I'm trying to mod for Torchlight 2 Synergies, which I'm a big fan of Diablo 2, and the one thing I miss, Necromancers. Necromancers and fucking Torchlight 2. Yes, but that's what I'm playing.
And what the hell am I playing, the Fury? I am playing Bioshock Infinite finally. 3 or 4 hours in, trying to get through it. Work and girl keeps me very busy, so I'm not been 100% dedicated to it, but I will be getting through it. Playing a lot of WoW, enjoying the new content that I never got to see, playing pandas, fun stuff, lots of videos coming up.
Didn't we say we'd never play that dumbass game again?
Yeah, there was that Why WoW Sucks video that's in the ether somewhere.
It's somewhere in the works, but I do have to say, you don't get to talk shit considering how you have a 6 months of.
I told Mev it expires. Oh shit, when did I say? I think it was like August.
I swear, Jet, if you let that reoccur, you'd have problems.
He will.
Damn,
He'll let it go.
I'll be set up for the next expansion, whatever collector's edition it's gonna be.
Yeah, he's gonna
You
buy the
watch.
collector's edition and put it in his closet and never play it.
My God.
Alright. Other games, I'm working on a mod spotlight coming up for Black Mesa, so I'm putting a lot of time into that. And then, of course, the staples, Battlefield 3, Left 4 Dead 2. That is always a good time. Well, that is the end of the show, guys. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in Gaming. I've been The Fury. With me is Maverick.
Oh, bye. Sorry. Tired.
And Jet.
Yeah, throwing a curveball on me, not calling me first. Shit.
Damn.
I was ready for it. Damn.
I'm going to try to get you one of these days. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and have a great week. We'll catch you next week.
Take care.
Peace.